No, before the series started, a lot of people saying 7 games, 7 games, and then what happens? Edmonton wins one stinking game, and all those people all of a sudden, Florida don't stand a chance. Edmonton's going to win in 4 and 5. You dumbasses. You do realize 7 means 3 plus 3, right? Everybody's always going to win 3 games. Big bunch of dummies. Florida kicked some ass, and I'm sick and tired of the freaking media are just fucking on freaking McDavid's nuts.
The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1, drop!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans, here we go. So, what do we always say around here? Game 1 doesn't mean anything until after Game 2. So, now, what are we going to see tonight? I have to have a talk with somebody over here, Bubba. Now, Bubba, we're not blaming. Hey, don't get defensive. It's not your fault. All right? It wasn't your fault. It wasn't Bubba's fault. But we do need Bubba to be better, right? He was fine. He was fine. He made a lot of saves. There was a lot of shots. No big deal. If you'd like me to have one complaint about Bubba, which you don't want me to do, but I do, the handling of the puck behind the net, there was at least 2 or 3 times where he just gave Edmonton a nice pass. I mean, gorgeous pass. Beautiful pass, just to the wrong team. So let's start there. Now, one of 2 things is going to happen in this game. Either Edmonton's going to get a lead or the Panthers are going to get the lead. If Edmonton gets a lead, I feel good that we're going to come back and then we'll have a lead. Don't sit on it again, a bunch of dummies. All right, it's 3-1, then it's 3-2, and instead of going, let me see, Edmonton, McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent, instead of thinking about Bouchard, instead of thinking about maybe we should get some more goals, we tried to replicate Game 7 again last year when we won 2-1, which, yes, we did hold on to a 1-goal lead for forever, but you try to kill the fan base, number 1. And number 2, the Panthers are not quite as good on defense as last year, but we do score more goals. At least that's the way it's been in the playoffs. And with Bubba not being prime Vasilevsky, it's not his fault. Don't worry about it. The point is that if Florida, if you get a lead, just keep the gas, keep the pedal, keep your foot on the gas. Yeah, keep your foot on the gas. You can't go down 0-2. You cannot lose the first 2 games of this series. Now, of course, that's not a guarantee that we would lose this series. And we did just came back from behind against Toronto, but bro, I don't know if you've been paying attention. The Leafs ain't the Oilers. So, I don't know what to expect coming out. There's a part of me that thinks maybe Florida's going to come out hard and heavy and try to get, some juice going. And another part of me thinks that Edmonton might come out all hard and heavy because they know that if they can get up 2-0 in this series, it starts to get a little dicey, right? Florida, the other night, there were a couple of moments where you look like you might be thinking about running out of gas. We're going to know tonight. Tonight's the night because, in my opinion, Florida needs to play this game pretty much like a Game 7. It's as close to a must-win as you get. Panthers, I'm not giving a score prediction. I'm just not going to do it. Stop telling me what the score is going to be. I was wrong. You were wrong last time. Let's win this damn game. Alright, so today I want to talk to you about the sponsor of this video that you are watching, Southern New Hampshire University. Now, if you have considered a possible career in sports management, or you're just kind of at that point where you're thinking about what your first career might be, Southern New Hampshire University has you covered with their sports management degree program. Now, SNHU is an accredited and fully online school allowing you to complete your degree when it's convenient for you. Not only does SNHU have 6 flexible 8-week terms per year, but you can also tap into their network of graduates already working in sports-related organizations. Financial aid is available, and you may be able to transfer up to 90 credits towards an undergraduate degree. Best part, SNHU is nonprofit, which allows them to be radically affordable with one of the lowest tuition rates in the nation. As an added benefit, SNHU courses are taught by faculty with real-life experience. So you're going to get to connect with people who already are in the industry. And once you graduate, SNHU will be there to help you when you start searching for your first job. Now, as every sports fan knows, almost all of the major sports leagues have expansion in mind. Simple math tells us that this will lead to more jobs in the sports management industry. It's been suggested that jobs in sports management could increase by almost 10% in the coming years. A degree from SNHU positions you to be able to take advantage of that trend and could put you at the front of the line when these new positions open up. The innovation that combines online flexibility and incredibly affordable tuition make SNHU the perfect choice to begin your career in sports management today. Now, to learn more about Southern New Hampshire University and how you can get started in their sports management degree program, simply click the link that's in the description of this video or go to snhu.edu/fluffy. You have no idea how many times it took me to get that line right. Thanks to SNHU for sponsoring this video, and thank you for clicking on the link, because not only does that help support the channel, but it gives you the opportunity to learn how you can become part of the fast-growing industry of sports management. It's 3-2 Edmonton after 1. This will be the longest first period intermission segment I've ever done. Where do you even begin? Bob gives up the first goal to Darnell Nurse that you just are not going to win a Stanley Cup if your goalie's given up those kind of goals when you've got a 1-0 lead. Not winning a cup. Then we go ahead and screen him for another goal. Nobody thinks to block the shot. We just all screen Bob. He can't see it. And then the refs have just completely lost control of their own bowels. Okay? And I'm talking both ways. Because they get Ekblad for a phantom-ish holding the stick. And then they even it up by calling a trip on Edmonton that if that trip was called on my Panthers, I would still be blowing fire and brimstone out of my ears and eyes. The dude doesn't do anything. There was no trip. And then Bennett gets tripped by Ekholm into Skinner. Skinner goes down like he just got killed, like he just got blowed up. Embellishment, to say the least. And then he ends up staying in the game. None of the refs called anything, but then they decide, I guess from watching the replay or for whatever freaking reason, they get him for 2 minutes for goalie interference for getting tripped into him and falling on him. And of course, we leave Leon Emmenef and Draisaitl alone on this side of the net again. Barkov gets walked. Ekblad gets walked. Ekblad's been horrible for these 2 games. Barkov, we're in the middle of a power play here at the end of the period. He won't shoot the puck. Oh my God, when you wonder why, when you want to know why, our power play has been so up and down all these years. It's Barkov. I love him to death, but one thing he is not is a quick puck mover. He's too slow, too deliberate, and too many times passes up shots that he should be taking. So it's just been an absolute disaster. We end up getting another penalty against this. It was a 5-on-3 for 30 seconds. The miracle is we're losing this game by 1. So it could have been just like a little 1-0 uneventful first period. On the scoreboard, it's 1-0. But the way that this game is gone, number one, you can't even... Look, we might still come back and win this game. We might still win this series. But in this moment, after the first period of Game 2, there's nobody in the face of this earth that can deny that Edmonton wants this more than Florida right now. That's a done, sealed deal right now. Now, could that change? It could. But right now, there should be nobody arguing that right now, Edmonton is clearly wanting this more than Florida. And that might make some sense. So it's only 3-2. I hope the refs put their whistles away for the rest of the game. The obnoxiousness of some of the calls against both teams. I mean, how do you call that goaltender interference? He gets tripped into him. But all that being said, we can't clear the puck. the one power play that they just had to lead to a 5-on-3 were on the penalty kill, and Jones can't clear the puck along the boards. He doesn't just flip it down. We can ice the puck, you dumbass. So, I mean, everybody has contributed. There's two people that have shown up right now, and that is Sam Bennett and Brad Marchand. And everybody else is pretty much a passenger right now, to use a line from another team. Everybody else right now is just kind of passengers out there. They need to wake their asses up. Let's move on to second period. This game is on meth. The game is definitely taking meth. It's yes, I changed the jersey. We needed a juju change. So that happened. It's 4-3 Florida after 2. Similar to the last game where we had a 1-goal lead at the end of the period. So I have lost count. I've lost track. All I can tell you is that either way, I'm sure if you're a Panther fan or if you're an Oilers fan, you're sitting there watching this and going, what in the effing hell are wrong with these refs? This has been one of the worst officiated playoff Stanley Cup final hockey games I've seen in a long time. They get, I forget who it was on Edmonton for like a rough, and they're showing the replay, and I'm like, Chucky does that after every whistle. And so they get him for 2 minutes, and then, I mean, it's just, they call one here for Verhaeghe on a hook when Janmark comes over and he gets his stick, and their sticks just basically get tangled because Janmark, and they get Verhaeghe, and then of all other things, we end up with a shorthanded goal by Brad Marchand. We end up with a shorty by Marchand, and I don't know how we're winning this game. Now, we did have some time where we were dominating in the zone in this period, but it came after the 2 goals. Like, we got the lead, and then we decided, okay, now we're really going to turn it on. So, I don't know what to tell any of you. All I know is that you're watching me right now. You already know the score of what happened. I don't know what's going to go on. What I know is yesterday I predicted, I won't say it. Let's just say that we're still champs. The ice in Edmonton is bad for some reason. They wouldn't do it on purpose. However, they want to slow down their own players. They're a faster team than us. I mean, Nosek was skating backwards. He did like a freaking Saturday afternoon all skate and almost tumbleweeded behind him himself. And I mean, the refs are calling things that you would be yelling about in a regular season game. It's awful officiating. It's just terrible. All right, Florida. Now you've had a lead at the end of the second period yesterday, day before yesterday. You have another lead here. Bob seems to have settled down. Skinner, I'm not really blaming the goals on him. I mean, it's just 2 really incredibly good teams. I don't know how we're supposed to survive 7 games of this. I really don't understand. Oh, and also, we don't need to re-sign Aaron Ekblad. Yeah, that too. He's been awful. Not so much, well, yeah, he did get walked, but like his handling the puck, he's doing that thing again, where when he gets the puck on his stick, he panics. Must need his PEDs back. Okay, I've said enough. Panthers, please, please, baby, please, baby, please.
We are going to overtime!
17 seconds left. We held a 4-3 lead for, I don't know, 27, 20, however many minutes it was. And now, 17 seconds left. We had a couple shots at the empty net, and we didn't really go for the empty net. We iced the puck a couple of times and keep losing draws. And 17 seconds to go in the period, and now the entire series hangs in the balance of this overtime. because you go down 0-2 after this game, having another lead in the third period and blowing it just because we can't get that extra goal. So here we go again. All right. Let's see how this goes.
We are going to overtime!
So, are we not entertained? So, I almost don't want to admit this. I believe it was in the post-game recap of the game where the Panthers beat the Canes to get back to the Cup for the third straight year. I believe. And I said, well, Edmonton hadn't won yet, but it was assumed. And I said something to the effect of, should it end up Florida versus Edmonton, I don't know what they're going to do, because last series was 7 games. So what are they going to do? 7 games of double overtime every game? And so we've now played a 7-game series that got decided by 1 goal. And then we played game 8 that got decided by a dumb penalty and 1 goal. And we've played game 9, and soon we're going to be halfway through game 10. And I'll split the trophy with you guys. Can we just split it, put everybody's name? I can't take this. So we've had chances, and Edmonton had chances, and then we had chances, and then Edmonton had chances, and then Edmonton had chances, and we had chances. We can't win draws. I feel like we could be up in this series if we could win some face-offs, especially in the offensive zone. It's just lose the draw. And I know percentage-wise it's probably not as bad as it seems, but some reason we've got Rodriguez taking the face-offs when Bennett's on the ice. I haven't seen him win one yet. Barkov's lost his fair share. And Skinner's made some amazing saves. We've had some near catastrophes with the Panthers. But who's got the energy for this between these two teams? Like, what is this going to look if it gets to game 6, game 7? Okay. So, we're going to start the second overtime period. We're still the champs. 1 shot. You believe if the Panthers just get a goal here, the series is even and nothing that's mattered, nothing that's happened in game 1 and game 2 matters if the Panthers win this game. All of it is just, okay, it's a 5-game series. I mean, come on, Verhaeghe in overtime. Verhaeghe in overtime. Or Kachuk in overtime. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 1! Yes! Oh, I never doubted for a second. I wasn't nervous. I need forget the players. I need the 2 days off. Holy crap. So, what do you think about these Stanley Cup finals so far, huh? Very, very rarely. I'm 53 years old. Some of you are my age, younger, older. How many times in your life can you remember a championship series or game actually living up to what the expectations were the way this one is? I mean, it's anybody's series, anybody's games, anybody's everything at this point. Because you know these guys are exhausted. Ekblad probably broke his hand. I mean, whoo! Brad Marchand might, I don't want to say it. He's best player on the ice for the Panthers right now, with the exception of Sam Bennett. Okay, so what do we see on the ice? Hats off to Stuart Skinner. I know what the dude's reputation is, etc., etc., but if there is a dude that is trying to give Bubba a run for his money, you did good, Bubba. You did good. So, let's start with the good for Florida. Usually I go by line. We'll do a little bit different tonight. This team, the Panthers right now, are clearly being carried by Sam Bennett and the third line with Lundell, Luosterainen, and Marchand. And you're just watching the confidence, especially Luosterainen. You're just watching these guys realize just how good they actually can be. And they're out there against Draisaitl and McDavid, and they're holding their own. They're doing exactly what we need. Sam Bennett, beautiful. Kachuk, I mean, I might be able to skate faster than Kachuk right now. Now, Maurice did move Verhaeghe up to the top line and Rodriguez to the second line. I wouldn't mind seeing Sam Miskevich with Bennett and Kachuk right now. I just wouldn't mind it. I know it's the Stanley Cup Finals and a rookie and all of that crap, but I wouldn't mind seeing his legs in that top six right now. Now, fourth line has been adequate. It's not the same without Greer. We're not even going to pretend, but they've been adequate. Nosek has not been as noticeable, but Edmonton's got good players as well. Now, the one concern that I have in terms, before we get to the defense, Sam Reinhart looks absolutely cooked out there. There was a sequence a few minutes before we got that goal at the end where they were in the defensive zone. And it was a puck that was going around the boards. Okay, it was going around the boards. And Draisaitl was already behind the net, ready to receive this puck coming along the boards. And Reinhart, if all Reinhart had to do was put in a little bit of effort and take a couple of strides to beat the puck to Draisaitl. And instead, he looked at it and he just watched and waited for Draisaitl to get the puck, allowed him to get the puck, and then tried to play defense. Now, it didn't cost us, but Reinhart clearly is just not playing up to the level that we're used to him playing. Let's just put it that way. He had to break away. He missed. I see the short side he was going for. Barely missed. Is what it is. But his effort and tenacity is just not the same that we're used to. Barkov has been neutralized, but he's neutralizing as well. That's going to be a wash. And Verhaeghe is still doing what we need him to do. Now, in terms of the defense, Ekblad had a shot go off of his hand, and he was in pain. That man was in pain. You never doubt that man's heart. He went back out there, and I don't know what they put on his hand. I don't know what they put into his veins, but there's no way he was in that much pain and his hand's not broke somewhere. Okay, so you're talking about that. Now, Forsling played a much better game tonight. He played a lot better. He's still not perfect the way he was last year, where you didn't care who it was. You just knew Forsling's going to get that, man. I ain't worried about it. I don't even have to look. The puck's out of the zone. He's not playing as exceptional right now, but he's played a lot of hockey. We don't know if he's dealing with something, but he was a lot better tonight. Mikala Jones, I love how they're playing. Jones has made a couple of decisions, not so fantastic. And, of course, Kulikov got one of the goals. Schmidt looks fine out there. I mean, it's blood sport out there on the ice. I mean, and so now we've now played 9 games. And it couldn't be any more even. It just couldn't be any more even right now. But we survived. Panthers, still champs, survived that. Because if you lose a second lead in that third period and then lose the game, that is really going to be, that's tough sledding to come back from 2-0 against this Edmonton team. In my series preview, what I said was, I'll take that back. In my series preview, I said Panthers in 6. But previous to the series preview, what I had consistently been saying was I felt like it would be a 7-game series in the sense of good luck eliminating one of these teams. And what I mean is when you get a team to where one team has 3 wins and the other team could be eliminated, good luck either way getting Edmonton or Florida to give it up and get eliminated. I think you could see a 7-game series where game 7, we could be double, triple, quadruple, overtime. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't think it would surprise anybody. This is just as incredibly even as it can be. And it's just going to come down to one of two things. Overtime, when guys are just getting so exhausted and a little mistake here, a little bounce here, right? Or stupid penalty like it happened in the first game. And this is just going to be an absolute war of attrition and depth. Now, Ekblad's going to play. They would have to take his hand off. And he still might go out there and play. So I don't think he's going to be out. Excuse me. Now, Boquist has been adequate. We could really use Greer back. I don't think Maurice is going to put Samoskevich in. I think if we would have lost this game, he might have considered making some drastic changes. But I don't think you're going to see too much in the way of changes. But if we need a guy to put some legs in the fourth line or interject some energy, maybe you'll see Samoskevich on the ice. Maybe you'll see Sturm instead of Gadjevich. I'm not suggesting I would want Sturm instead of Gadjevich, but as we get deeper into these series, some of the depth that we have is going to play into it. Defensively, we've got our 6. There's nothing against Balinskis, but those 6 guys need to be the ones on the ice. Wow. So this team right now is Sam Bennett, Brad Marchand leading the third line, and the defensemen are getting goals, which obviously is helping us. And the two things that concern me, with the exception of what I said about Reinhardt, are, some of our guys, you can tell Chucky's not right, but the face-offs also. That's the last thing here, is that I don't know what the numbers were tonight, and maybe it wasn't as bad as it appeared. We did win a couple here towards the end of the second overtime, or the end of what was going to be, and but there was just too many times when we iced the puck, and I want to talk about that, and just losing the draws and the icings of the puck. Forsling did it overtime. Rodriguez did it in overtime. We're panicking a little bit, especially the one that Forsling had here. I think it was in the second overtime. It might have been late in the first. We're panicking for whatever reason. Like, we're so worried about making a bad pass to the middle of the ice that's going to get intercepted. I understand you want to be careful. That's fine. But we're going for those long stretch passes where we're just trying to tip the puck in so it's not an icing. And we've missed a lot of those in the first 2 games. And you combine that with losing the draws and the amount of extra energy that we're having to expend, it's chipping away. So we've got to improve on that. Now, so series is tied. I'll be honest with you. I feel like the Panthers should have won game 1 and Edmonton should have won this game. If you want my honest opinion, it doesn't matter what I feel. The series is 1-1. But I kind of feel like Florida really played well enough, should have won game 1. And I kind of felt like when the Panthers had the 4-3 lead in this game, I was kind of like, this seems hanky. Like, it kind of felt like Edmonton should have won that game. So it's even. No matter what way you put it, it's even. So, all right. No voice. I jumped up. I spilled Mike's Hard Lemonade all over Donna, so welcome to the family for her. Didn't break anything, but I did spill Mike's all over her. She had just changed into her pajama shorts, and I immediately got junk all over her legs. So, family show. All right, so I will be live tomorrow at noon. I'll try to be, I know today's for short. Tomorrow we'll make sure we're there good at noon. I'll be live noon on Sunday as well. We don't play till Monday. We need to rest. I need to rest. You need to rest. Our hearts, Debbie, go get your heart medication refilled. Because now it's a 5-game series with Florida having home ice. And I don't even know if that's an advantage for us. But whatever, man. We'll take it. That's 1 of 4. That's 13 of 16. Still the champs. if we wake up, I will see you tomorrow at noon.